Tension. Face the founder. Bow. Face the flag. Bow. Taekwon. Okay, well, let's warm up a little bit. Let's put our hands up. Let's rotate the wrist clockwise, counterclockwise. Did you turn on your watch there, Miss? Okay. Everyone's turn. Okay. Wow, shoot. I should turn mine on. I have not turned mine on in a while, actually. Yesterday, nothing. What did I do yesterday? Besides the test, there was something else. Busy doing something. Busy. I like the way that Mr. Leong says, busy, busy. You say something like that, busy. Elbows in and out. What was I? Oh, is that Costco? Ernest forward and backwards. Is that the new uniform? Do you like that uniform? It's okay. It's not going to shrink. Let's go inside. Oh, I like it stiff. You like it stiff too? It's super thick. Judo uniforms. Mr. Tam, you have one of those? Jiu-jitsu? And come on, let's put our hands on our hip, rotate it clockwise and counterclockwise. I like the fit though better. The pants are not too long. I thought females had longer legs and guys had longer torso. Let's put our feet together, rotate the knees right and left. Is that true, Mr. Leong? You have short legs? How tall is your husband there, Miss Song? 5'10"? Go on, open up the legs, go down. Stretch it down. Just double check, see who else do we have here? Let's go to our left leg. Let's go to our right leg. Ms. Lodginus, another one of our adults, is moving to Hawaii. Don't you feel sad for her? She got a job out there. Wait till she goes. They better be paying her a lot. Just go back to the middle. You think California's expensive? Way expensive over there. And come on, let's go right leg forward, left leg is back. Let's stretch out the groin muscle. Have you guys been to Hawaii? Yeah. Which island? Oh, Waikiki. Oahu, Oahu. Well, you know, we are going to Hawaii for Taekwon. You should come on. Oh, but we're October. Let's drop it down. You're supposed to go in October. You should be going in October. The what?
They are not mutually exclusive.
And let's stretch it out. Oh, that's right, camp. Let's go down. Is Lisa coming to the camp? No. We gotta get some of her friends, like Min and Apurva, yeah. They can have their own cabin. She's still gonna be what? That she's gonna be around you?
Yes.
And switch a leg, left leg forward. When they're young, you know, they always have to be with their parents. And then at a certain point, it's like, oh, my parents still here. Right? Now you guys like to hang out with your parents. No, I guess not. Your parents would always want you to hang out with them. You know that. Why don't you come? Come to dinner with us at least. Enjoy it while you can. Let's drop it down right there. Reach up. And straighten out that leg. Test her leg. And come on. All right, very good. Let's warm up a little bit. Let's go. Chariot tension. We're going to step forward in right walking stance. Offers 4 fist punch, step back, low side block. Ready? And Hana. Tul. Stead. Ned. Tacit. Yacid. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yol. And switch other side. Same thing. Ready? And Hana. Tul. Stead. Ned. Tacit. Yacid. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yol. And paro. Show. Okay, let's go right leg back, guarding position. Warm up those legs a little bit. Let's nice and easy. Just stretch it out. Let's do 20 on the right, 20 on the left. Ready? Stage up. Begin. Stretch it out. Just gonna double check, see if anybody. We might have had someone else jump in, but not likely. It still looks like 4. Okay. No show, no more in. Okay, let's warm up some more. We're going to do 4-directional punch. 4-directional punch. 준비, ready, stay, cha. And battle. So, okay, good. I see this song looks about 5'6", 5'5", 5'4", 5'4", 5'8", 5'9", 5'4", 5'3", huh? 5'3", close. 5'7", 5'8", 5'7". Okay, that's pretty good. Anyway, we're going to I can't see how tall you guys are online. You're like 2 inches or something like that. 1 inch online there. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do an exercise, but what I want to work with you guys is the length of the stance. All right. So you guys are all on that line right there. This mat is about three feet. All right. It's about 1 shoulder width apart. And probably for those that are about 5'8", right around there, the length of this mat is probably correct. So I want you to put your toe, your front of your left toe, let's go left, and the back foot is about, that's how long that needs to be. All right. Yours will be a little bit short, a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But I also need both feet pointed forward. Both, let's just make them point forward, not 25. So on the walking stance, typically the back foot is about 25 degrees. But what I found with a lot of students, new students specifically, they can't get that foot at that 25 because they don't have that flexibility. So we see a lot of this where the foot is pointed out. And so I think that one of the things I did when I was younger, to get that flexibility is just to push it forward and drive that heel down. All right. And so your stance is a little bit too narrow, Miss Song. So we're gonna open it up a little bit. There you go. And maybe, so Mr. Herman's like, oh, this seems a little long, right? Yeah, that's the length of the stance. All right, so we're getting a lot of practice here. Okay, so from here, online, we're still doing the same thing. We're just gonna work on this sine wave. We're gonna go punching, right? We're gonna do some punching, left hand's out. Now, how do we know if this is the right length? Here's a good idea. Here's an idea. So if I have the correct length, the front of my fist, if I put a plunge bob, it would drop right in front of my toes. Does that look about right? So does it look like it's almost in front of my toes? So if it was too short, it might, you see it's kind of further out. And then the knee has to be slightly bent and it lines up with the back of the heel. So it's not like your knee is not over your foot. It's the front knee lines up with the back of the heel. All right. And the body's full facing. So if I look at this, it looks probably about the right length. All right. So single punches, both feet pointed forward. We're going to go down, up, down. The back heel comes off the ground. So down, up, down. All right. And we won't worry about that hip rotation so much. Really just working on the length of the stance and that heel coming up and down. And I want you to drive that heel to the ground. All right. Tired already? Hold it there, mister. See, the ladies are doing okay. What's going on with the guys? All right, here we go. Ready? And Hana. Dol. Full facing step. Ned. Pass it. Yas it. And pull your hand back into the armpit. Ilgo. Yado. Ahop. Yol. Hana. Dol. Step. Ned. Pass it. Gas it. Back leg is straight. Elbow. And the back heel's got to be flat on the ground. So it's a little high. Just a little high. Yado. Mr. Leong shortened up his stance. Move it longer. Aho. Yo. Very good. Now let's switch. Give your legs a break. Check that length. Got that length there, right? Here we go. Left hand's out. Don't worry, we got more to do here. Ready? Real fundamental. We'll go with the right hand. Right hand out there, ready? And Hana. Do, up and down. Dead. Doesn't have to be really a lot, right? It's just that you lift that heel up a little bit. Ned. Tasid. Yasid. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yol. Hana. Dul. Sed. Ned. Tasid. Yasid. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yol. Very good. Now let's switch again. Still working on that. Nice and long. And open it up. Open up that stance. Not too wide, but open it up. So where do we line up that the width of the stance? It's one shoulder width apart. Measures. So if I drop a line, it's right in the middle of my foot. All right. So if I have it way over here, my shoulder's over there, that's too wide. Right? So it's got to be right in the middle of the foot. Okay, from here, we're going to do the low block, right? Low side block from here. Back heel comes off the ground and down. Ready? And Hana. Do. Sed. Ned. Tasid. Yasid. Ilgob. Yado. Ahob. Yol. Hana. Dul. Sed. Ned. Tasid. Yasid. Ilgob. Yado. Aho. Yol. And switch other side. No problem. Starting to fill it in those legs.
In the ankle, sir.
In the ankle. All right, both feet pointed forward. Open a little bit wider there, Mr. Herman. Open it up a little bit. Remember, shoulder line lines up in the middle of the foot. Okay, right hand's out. Same thing, low side block with the right hand and Hana. Dol. Sed. Ned. Tasid. Yasid. Ilgo. Yado. Ahob. Yol. Hana. Dol. Sed. Ned. Tasid. Yasid. Ilgo. Yado. Ahob. Yol. Hold it and go on. That was super easy. Wasn't that super easy? Another easy day, Miss Leon. It's not Leon, it's Leon.
First one.
First one.
Would you say first one?
Leon.
Yeah, first one.
Well, I was talking to Mr. Leon, Isaac, and Hannah's dad, and he says it's Leon. Like,
Probably different dialect.
no, I asked him, it's Cantonese, Mandarin. Well, you know, it's interesting because my name is Jew, but actually it's also the character, the Chinese character is the same as Choi, or, you know, Choi, Jew, it's the same character. Yeah, so anyway, so they go, what's your name? I says, Jew. I mean, no, I don't know, probably grandpa said, Choi, you mean Jew? How do you spell that? I don't know, how do you spell that? Well, it sounds like J-U-E. Here you go. That's probably what it was. I don't know. Okay, now we take a look at this stance, walking stance. It's 1.5 shoulder width from toe to toe. Now, why does that make sense? All right, well, we'll go over. It's real fundamentally basic, right? Move over that way so those guys can, and scoot back a little bit so those guys. I'll borrow Mr. Leon here for a second. I think I've talked about this before, but if I'm standing right here, no, just stand there, and I tell him, hey, don't move back. I'm gonna push you over. I'm not gonna push you hard. I'm just don't move back, right? I said not to move back. What's he do? He still moves back, right? Well, why is that? There's nothing to support it, right? But if he just takes a little step back, now just a little bit, He's still moving back, but it may not be as easy. It's kind of like pushing a car. If you don't really want to move or you want to push something, you got to make that stance longer. So go ahead and make that stance like a walking stance. And then I push on it. So now he's not moving back. So partly from a theoretical point of view and from a physics point of view, obviously, the longer the stance is, the more stability you have and you can have more power to go forward, right? And so when you punch, that also occurs when you attack or block. If my stance is kind of short, when I hit something, the energy still comes back towards you, you see? And so if it's not really stable, it could move back a little bit, and so you lose some of that power. And so we want it kind of long. So when you want to break boards, you want to really hit hard, you have to have fairly long stance, okay? Now, on the walking stance, that's for a middle punch. When I look at it, the front of my fist should line up with the toes if I have the proper walking stance. Again, assuming the knee is slightly bent and it lines up with the back of the heel, because I could do it short and kind of like bring it back, right? Or I could have it really long, and I can really push it forward. So what defines it is that the back heel and the front knee lines up, back leg is straight. So when I look at from this point of view, if I do a high punch, you can see that the fist is now lined up in the middle of my foot. If I do obviously the low is also in the middle of the foot, all right? Now, when I do a straight fingertip thrust, it should be forward, a little bit in front of the foot. And then if I do a flat fingertip thrust like this, it'd be in front of the toes, all right? Okay, so we're gonna do another drill here. Let's line back up. Looks like real fundamental drills here. Aren't you guys happy about that, Mr. Filinchuk?
Yes, sir.
I can't see that on what you guys are doing over there, but you should feel it in that back leg probably. Ankle, Mr. Herman says ankle. We're gonna challenge you because I know most of us do not do this enough, all right? We're gonna go right walking stance, and it's a low stance. Okay, so what is a low stance? Well, we know that the walking stance is 1.5 shoulder width from toe to toe. The low stance is actually the back of the heel to the front of the toe. See how much lower that is? That's going to be hard because we don't practice it enough. Probably him. Oh, let's go. Mr. Herman's going, whoa, this is really long. All right.
I talk about stability, but I feel everything but stable.
We're going to go with the right leg. I know. But we don't do this technique very often, but we do find it. We're going to do the flat fingertip thrust, right? Your right hand is out, right? The fingertip thrust is going to be your 3 fingers and they're going to be lined up. So it's not like the middle one sticks out. So you actually kind of have to bend it a little bit, okay? And we're going to do flat fingertip thrust. Ready? In this nice, and again, keep it kind of wide. Ready? And Hana. Dol. Dead. Ned. Hasid. Eye level. Yasid. Ilgil. Yado. Back heel comes off the ground. Aho. Still. Yo. Hana. Dol. Dead. Ned. Hasid. Yasid. Ilgil. Yado. Aho. Yo. And switch other side. Feeling it on that one yet? No, that looked, oh yeah, that's right. You got shorter legs, sorry. All right. Yeah, this side is not so good. Hip. All right, here we go. Left hand's out. And Hana. Dol. Dead. Ned. Hasid. Yasid. Ilgum. Yado. Ahob. Yod. Hana. Dol. Dead. Ned. Hasid. Yasid. Ilgum. Yado. Ahob. Yod. And Baro. Okay, good. Now, the flat fingertip thrust. The high flat fingertip thrust specifically is attacking the eye, all right? And so when you think of it that way, it's not really exactly to the solar plex. Because if it was the solar plex, it would be the bridge of the nose. So the hand has to be slightly off. So my right hand would be attacking the left eye, and the left hand would be attacking the right eye. Let me just shut this door here. They have a gardener that blows all the weeds and the dust away. They know it's gonna rain. When I'm at home, I was like, leave it, let the water wash it down. Anyway, that's probably not a good idea. Probably clogs up the drain. Okay, so flat fingertip thrust, right hand attacking their left eye, left hand attacking their right eye. So it's just a slightly off, not straight in the middle. Now, what about twin fingertip thrust? Now that one has to be in the middle because again, we're assuming our opponent is directly in front of us. So it'd be more like to the solar plex line because we're attacking both eyes, right? Well, not exactly because, let me borrow. All right. All right, well, I'll borrow her, right? They can't see right there. If I was here, right? And I step into the walking stance, which is about a 25-degree angle. You see, that's not exactly right in the middle of the solar plexus. It's because of the stance. If I was standing straight forward, it would have to be to the solar plex. So it kind of depends on the stance a little bit, right? Relatively close to the solar plex, all right? Again, just technical, theoretical ideas. Does it make a difference in self-defense? The answer is no, it does not. I always say that, it does not make a difference. Those little things may not really make that much of a difference. Okay, let's move back a step. We're gonna do chanji tul. So tension chumbi, ready, and say chop. Chanji and baro. Sure. All right, you know, there's a Chanchi challenge. Probably they're going to do that at the Warrior Code today. They didn't write it? Normally they do. So there's a little competition down in San Jose. They usually do a Chanchi challenge. Well, let's do this. Let's have the two Leong and Leong. Let's see there. Let's take a look at their Chanchi for a second. So stand right over here real quick. All right. Not too, you can't be too far away. You guys can see them okay? Yes, let's take a look and see how I would judge Chanji. That's a difficult pattern to judge, especially when they're at high level. Which one's best, right? And you guys can vote for them. How's that? All right, tension chumbi. Ready? Stay. Chop. And baro. All right, very good. What do you guys think? Almost impossible to decide? What about? All right, well, it says, okay, Mr. Pelinchuk says tie. What do you say? Tie? Tie? About Miss Goldsmith?
Miss Leong.
Miss Leong, she goes with the girl. How about Mr. Tame? Is it going to be Miss
Blue?
Blue? Miss Leong?
I don't know. I'm trying to be unbiased, sir.
When you said blue, I'm just assuming that.
I think they're both good, sir. Equal, tie.
Still no? All right. So
Oh, sorry,
this
sorry, I
actually
dropped out.
happened.
Thai.
Thai. Okay, so most of you said Thai, right? All right, let's
Sure,
straighten out
maybe
the
it should
line
be-
here.
Maybe it should be the one with the longer legs.
But one of the longer legs, and which one would that be?
I'm just making a joke,
What-
sir.
what's
Whoever's got the longer
what-
legs.
I hate to say it, but you know, my wife is five. I think she's like 5'5", 5'6", maybe. I'm a little taller, about 5'7", 5'8". No, maybe she's 5'4".
Damn, why would
It's the right leg, you know. Well, not maybe I can't button it anymore. I used to be able to wear her jeans though. So definitely shorter leg. So this actually happened at the World Champ.
Damn, what's going on?
Competing to go on to the final round, and the judges had they had tied to the main patterns, right? Black belt patterns. They were tied, so they gave them a different pattern. They said they all the 5 judges ended up saying it's a tie. So then they went to Chunji, and I was like, Chunji, you got to be kidding! I mean, so the warrior code say, oh, Chunji, if you can win the Chunji challenge, you know, but how do you tell? You have to be really, really, you know, you have to really see the difference, right? What is the difference? I'm going to tell you that was really close. I'm going to give it to Miss Leon. Sorry. Both good power, right? Obviously, he does have more power from a standpoint from like breaking boards. He probably can break more than she can. And why is that? Well, it's because of his size. He's just bigger. So the bigger you are, you have the same speed, you have those kind of things. Because of size, you get more power, right? But she has good power. So it's a lot of power because of speed. So when you're judging people on who has good power, it really comes down to speed. So you could have a little boy and he has good speed. He's probably got good power. It's just that it's not the same as an adult, right? Does that make sense? So why did I pick her? So small. And what I saw, back leg slightly bent. Hers was locked out. That was the only difference for me. Okay. How do we fix that? Knee operation? No, not knee operation. I think again, just working on that stance and pushing that back, that heel down, making that back leg straight. All right. So flexibility, it's exactly. Now we've done this exercise and people think it's kind of weird where we go 2 times down and then I've asked you to push on that kneecap. That's what I want you, that's what it's supposed to do. So push that back to straighten out that leg. Okay. We still got plenty of time. Mr. O'Neill's a little bit late though. He's got 200 squat thrusts. All right, let's move on. We're gonna have Ms. Leon move back, Ms. Dong move back and tidy it up a little bit. And we're gonna do Dan Guntul. Dan Guntul, tension, chumbi. On your own. Ready, stay, chop.
London.
And Padro. Making those stances longer, I see.
Yeah.
It is hard. Okay. Again, this is something that I'm not 100% sure if all the instructors are doing this or not. And I think we just kind of got away with certain things, right? And what that is the rhythm of the pattern. There's certain tempos. Now, I've said this over the last, I don't know how long I've been saying it. Seems really robotic. When I was doing Taekwondo, it's more flowing. And it may have been a little bit too fast in some ways. But what I do see is that it's the same tempo. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But this technique here, it should be, because you're spinning around, you should let that momentum go, as opposed to what people are doing, kind of 1, 2, set it up, and then step forward and block. But really, if I want to hit somebody, I just move and strike that way. And the blocking would be the same. And that's not easy because you have to go from here and whip it around, but is it too wide? Sometimes it is too wide. So you have to practice that. When you do that knife hand strike, you have to practice that spin, how far to go, control. All right. Let's do Do-san. You might lose because of that though. So when you go to competition, I think the thing you should realize, the problem with competition is that people then start to think that that is the way to do it. World champion, do you see how they did that? That's a world champion. That's the way it should be performed. And it may not be true. Like I remember one competitor, 5-time world champion, but she did this pattern with it was like straight up, and it was beautiful. It was cool, right? It was great, but it was incorrect because it has to be eye level. And as a result, all the people start doing this way, and they think that that's the way Taekwondo is performed, but it's actually incorrect, right? So when you go to competition, you got to look at what people are doing, seeing how the judges are voting, and then making that decision. Should I change it or not change it? Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. Or I kind of think you shouldn't change anything. You just train as you train. But if you really want to win, okay, you're gonna have to make a little modification, right? Let's do Do-san to. Do-san to. Attention, 준비. Ready? Stay. Jump. Nice long stance, wide stance. Do-san, nice and wide. Again, Mr. Herman, and Baro. Like, it's like a super wide motorcycle. Think of it that way. Did you test? You haven't tested for green belt yet, have you? Soon. I think we have a little bit of time. We'll help out Mr. Herman. You can follow along straight.
Yes.
All right. Let's do Wanyo by count. All right, Miss. All right, well, you guys stay back there. How about you move over that way? Mr. Herman to move over that way. All right, Wanyo to. Tension chumbi. Ready? So this closed raise stance. A is about eye level. It's about 30 centimeters from the philtrum to the fist. Ready? And 1, twin outer form block. 2, inward knife hand strike. The way I always, this is not what it is, but the way for some people to learn how to do this technique is think about like I grab somebody and then I pull them back in towards me and I struck them. That's not the application though, right? And we're still half facing. So it's not full facing, still half facing. Ready? So this is fixed stance. It's like an L stance. It's 1.5 shoulder width from the back of the heel to the foot sword. So it's still, both knees are bent like L stance. Shorter, longer, 50-50 weight distribution. Ready? Jump. Other side, foot to foot. And jump. Inward knife hand strike. That's eye level, so it's got to be fingertip. The right fist is going to be on your shoulder, the side of the fist. It's going to be closed on that one, Mr. That's it. Ready? Jump. Jump. Right foot forward. Left foot forward. Bending raise stance. A. Middle side piercing kick. Knife hand guarding block. L stance. Good. Knife hand. And to protect the chest. Straight fingertip thrust. It's walking stance, a little bit wider stance there, Mr. Herman. And both feet pointed forward, one shoulder width apart. Ready? Twin outer form block. And left foot to right, twin outer form block. This is still L stance, so weight is on the back leg. Ready? Right foot to left, circular block. Ready? Right foot to left, step forward, circular block. Front snap kick, low front snap kick. Reverse punch, 4/5. Circular block. Now front snap kick. Punch. Bending raise stance A. Middle side piercing kick. And step. Guarding block. And left foot to right. Guarding block. Wanyo. Baro. Right leg returns to the parallel. Ready stance. Show. Okay, very good. Anyway, you're kind of walking through that. We won't have time to go through that whole pattern. You can just straighten out that line. Bring them back. So something I did notice, is there a right or wrong way of doing something? Like for instance, knife hand guarding block. Sometimes I do see like, it's like this, right? The one thing, I wouldn't say it's necessarily right or wrong. It just has to be in front of the heart, right? How much should this elbow, if you think about this, if my hand was out here, see that kind of opens it up. And so, but if I drop it down because I want to protect that a little bit more, I'd bring that in a little bit. Is it, see here, it's still kind of crossed. Is that right or wrong? I'm not saying that's right or wrong either. There's no definition, but from a aesthetics look, I like my knife hand guarding block or guarding block to be parallel to the front. So they look parallel this way. And then when I look at from this point of view, it looks parallel this way. I think it just looks more symmetrical or just looks a little more tidied up versus something like this versus something like this or this. Does that kind of make sense? So I like it parallel in the front, parallel. When I look at from the side, I look at from there. What I definitely don't want to do is have it on my chest, because when you get hit, it just, the energy goes right through the arm and into the body. So we want some kind of a, shock absorber, something. Miss Leon's like, your shoulder's too high now. Relax. Don't start messing with it now. Not for competition. All right, any questions? Anyone online have any questions? That's all quiet.
sir.
So quiet on the Western Front. It's real fundamental today. Work on those stances. All right. We're gonna break here, Mr. Leon. Attention. Face the founder. Bow. Face flag. Bow. Taekwon. Taekwon. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for
Hey,
jumping in online.
Master G, what's that warrior thing?
Okay, hold on a second.
What was it?
No, I'll answer that. The Warrior Code, that's a tournament in San Jose by Master LeGros.
And what's the deal with doing Chunji?
Oh, it's not them. It's that organization. They like the Chunji challenge. They call it the Chunji challenge.
Well, what
And
is
so it's like it's like a patterns competition. It's only
Okay.
Chunji though. And it's open to all ranks.
How many times do they do it?
Hmm,
Lots.
I don't know. I think they do it fairly regularly. But they also do other competition like step sparring competition. They come and then they have like, I don't know. They have some.
You okay?
Still have this cough. comes and goes. But yeah, they have other competition like step sparring.
Okay, thank you. Sir. I've never heard of it before. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, we could do that too. Anyway, any other questions?
No, sir, that's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
All right.
sir.